What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. I'm sorry, I'm hitting y'all back to back today. I'm like, yeah, I got to keep hitting y'all with this because there's so much stuff going on around these here United States. Now, we're about to once again just snuff out the fake, phony, crooked, stinking, dirty, nasty, poop stain, doo-doo brown with peanuts in it, dumpster juice, gangrene, snagger tooth, peanut butter tooth, pepper tooth, no tooth, having liberal media when it comes down to them faking stories and altering what people said. Once again, checking out the 5 since I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm on lockdown, not to mention it's cold outside. I can't even go out and get my Rocky run on. You know what I'm saying? It's a little, well, if I was really dedicated, I guess I could. Because, Rocky, he was out in Moscow with the, that's real dedication. When it's, Moscow is that real cold. It ain't one of them colds like here in Ohio where I see some brothers walking around with a full-blown fur coat, full length, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, what are you doing? No man should be walking around with a full fur coat on if you don't live in Siberia, Alaska, something like that, where you're trapping animals. Yeah, but in Ohio, when you got a full fur coat, I'm sorry, I got totally distracted. Anyway, when I see them doing that, immediately I want to just embarrass them and jump on their back like, dude, I'm sorry, man, I attacked you. I thought a bear was on your back and I was trying to help you out. My bad, because I was wondering, why would you have a full fur coat on in Ohio? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and get to the fake news of the day. Hit me, Jesse. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The liberal media screws up again.
Again?
President Trump demanding NBC fire anchor Chuck Todd after his show Meet the Press deceptively edited Attorney General Bill Barr's remarks on General Flynn.
No way.
Well, history's written by the winner, so it largely depends on who's writing the history.
I was struck, Peggy, by the cynicism of the answer. It's a correct answer, but he's the Attorney General. He didn't make the case that he was upholding the rule of law. He was on.
Now, y'all hear this, man? Now, first of all, he's talking about the sinister of the answer. Now, either Chuck Todd did not watch the whole interview, because you got to understand, his response lets me know that he either didn't watch the whole interview or he's purposely adding a context to this edited clip that is not true. So either you are really unprepared and accept whatever clip your studio just gives you. Hey, Chuck, I want you to comment on this, 3-4 second clip of A.G. Barr right here. Well, what's the rest of it? What is he talking about? Hey, Chuck, don't ask about the whole thing in context. We want you to just gather your opinion based off of this 3 or 4 second clip. Or else, Chuck Todd knew exactly what he was doing, which he did. They always do. But when they get caught, we're sorry. We had no idea. My bad. We're a professional organization that, for whatever reason, never can get things right when it comes down to conservatives and President Trump. We screw those up all the time. But we do due diligence when it comes down to making sure we're careful when it comes down to the left or Nancy and the Democrats and all that stuff. Our tone is different. Everything. Our lead in, our attitude, all that stuff. It's totally different. Let's hear the rest of this garbage.
Almost admitting that, yeah, this is a political job.
That's what he was doing.
But here's Bill Barr's full response.
Well, history's written by the winner, so it largely depends on who's writing the history. But I think a fair history would say it was a good decision because it upheld the rule of law.
Now, y'all hear that? See, now, what Chuck Todd wanted us to believe is that Barr was sitting there going, yeah, the spoil goes to the victor, and we're the victory. We're the victors, okay? Matter of fact, we got all the power. You know what we're going to do? We're going to tell everybody else to shut up because their opinions don't matter. And we're going to write this thing up in history like, look at us, we conquered those stupid old FBI agents and those Obama holdovers and all that. So we conquered them. And even though they were right and upstanding and didn't do nothing wrong, we're going to write history the way we want it to be written, okay? Evil and diabolical. And going to make ourselves look like heroes, instead of writing the truth. We're not going to do that. Now, if we leave it up to the liberal media to write the history, Trump was the worst, evilest president that ever existed. He was a misogynist, racist, xenophobe, homophobe, white nationalist, Ku Klux Klan member, Hitler, Mussolini, Stalin, and Mao all intertwined. Osama bin Laden, the devil. He was also a science denier. He hated animals. He stepped on bunnies, little teeny bunnies. He bashed baby seals over their heads with a club. He killed fish for no reason. Just went over and killing fish. Once we listen to the liberal media, that's what people would gather if they were writing the history. Trump was an evil dictator. He was worse than Hitler. They would look at this and say, man, Trump compared to Hitler's no brainer. Trump was the worst. He was the worst. Let's continue with this garbage because they lied about more stuff.
NBC later apologized for the dishonest editing on Twitter. So, Juan Williams, you've got some journalistic chops.
Here we go.
You know, Meet the Press, the pristine Meet the Press on Sunday for NBC. How bad is this?
It's bad. They made a mistake. I don't think there's any question about that.
But
I think if you listen to the full statement made by the Attorney General, he clearly says it was about upholding the rule of law in his opinion. But here's the thing, Jesse. They acknowledged the mistake, and then they corrected it. And we all make mistakes in the business of journalism. I think the problem comes in when people either try to deny it or try to hide it.
Mess this up,
and in this case, NBC did neither. They admitted it and they owned up to it. So to my mind, what I get troubled by is the idea that, and I think you said this to me last week. You said, "Hey, you know what? Winners write their history." Okay, and even if you think that in the current writing under Bill Barr that somehow justice has been upheld, I think it's important to note that when it comes to matters of law, what happens when people testify, when they admit to guilt in court twice on 2 occasions, it matters. No matter if you're the winner or loser, facts, admissions of guilt should matter, as should evidence introduced. But apparently, that didn't matter to a man who was supposed to run our justice system.
Well, I think it was Obama's own AG, Eric Holder, that dismissed a case of perjury against a Republican senator, Mr. Stevens. But that's neither here nor there. Greg, Juan says this is a mistake, but all of these mistakes keep making the president look bad. So
I wonder
is it really a mistake again?
Yeah, they all go in the same direction. It's true. The media, everybody makes mistakes. We can forgive that. But when they uniformly go in one direction, something's wrong. When people gripe about Trump being obsessed with the media, he's only doing the job that the media won't do. You know, they don't actually police. Would they have apologized if they weren't caught?
Ding.
And I'm wondering, is part of the great thing about
y'all hear that? Chuck Todd has no excuse for commenting on a clip that I guess he wasn't aware that it was edited that way. Because if he'd have saw the whole clip, he wouldn't have came in with that nasty attitude and tone. He wouldn't have inferred that there was something nefarious about the statement. So now he has to either admit that I knew that we were falsifying this clip and making it sound a certain way, or I didn't do my homework, came in ignorant, didn't question what the whole thing was about, and jumped right on TV talking about somehow it sounds pretty nefarious to me. This guy sounds all of that stuff. And not to mention, another network got busted staging cars riding through this COVID testing location to make it look like it's still crazy and the COVID cases are just numerous and people are frantically trying to get tested, and in reality there weren't that many cars. They had to bring in some folks to help out. That just goes to show we're not dealing with the media. We're dealing with propaganda. That's all we're doing. And it is very hard to make educated decisions in your life when it comes down to the media, because you saying, well, I don't trust them. Well, if you're smart, you're saying, I don't trust them, and I don't know what's real or not. Now I got to do my research to make sure I got to become a news person. See, you think I set out to become a political commentator? You think I decided in my life growing up, well, you know what? I always wanted to be someone who covers the news on YouTube. I always wanted to do that. No, yeah, I started seeing that they were lying about stuff, and I said, I can't just sit back and be like, mum's the word. You know, I got to come out and say something about it. And I'm glad we still got some news commentators that are fair and does point out some stuff, you know, like the people on the 5. You know, not everybody on Fox is great, but I like the 5. I like Tucker. I like Laura. I like Shawnee Boy. You know, some of them. And some of them I could, you know, people like Juan, don't give him a 1. He needs the front and back, okay? You know, bring it to the right, bring it back to the left. Okay, so anyway, y'all been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, pointing out once again the deception and lies of the crooked, stinking, funky, nasty, and feel free to add to all of these adjectives that I'm using for the crooked liberal media under in my video. And long as you're not cursing, I think we can go ahead and let it just stick in the comments, okay? Media, okay? So anyway, check me out every Wednesday night live on YouTube, Facebook, and my radio blog talk show. You can reach me also by Facebook, Twitter, and my, Facebook, Twitter, and one other one. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. There it is. All right, so you can find me there. Check out Extreme Tees, my sponsor. If you like the products, put Kevin in the promo code. You get a 20% discount. And if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link below this video to do that. And we'll see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. God bless.